Hey guys, want to do a quick video of the spring jump using the scoreboard glitch in Big Team. There's lots of places you can use it in maps that are pretty helpful. Want to show you in machinima mode first. It's a little difficult to show, so hopefully the camera doesn't move when it's not supposed to. But first, let's start off by jumping normally. You can see my head is just about making it to that line on the wall. This is one of the spring jump walls where you can spring jump and clamber this wall, but you need a spring jump to do it. So what a spring jump does is when you jump in the air and you crouch, so you're landed crouched. To do it, historically the way you had to do it before this glitch was known, you had to release crouch and press jump in the same frame. So think about that, 60 frames per second. It's difficult to do that. But what it does is it's like you're a spring, right? You landed crouched, so now it's going to fly you up in the air. So now what the scoreboard little trick does is it lets you push those buttons at the same exact time without any difficulty. So I'm going to jump in the air and crouch, land with the scoreboard pressed. So I'm still holding the jump, the crouch, and the scoreboard button. I'm now going to release crouch. And because I'm still holding the jump button, when I release the scoreboard, the game is going to have an input of releasing crouch and jumping at exactly the same time. So it's going to give me the spring jump. In machinima mode, I have to press select twice, just because that's how you switch back and forth with the camera and the Spartan. So it might look a little different. You don't have to do that in the game. Now you saw my head flew up almost right to the top of the wall. So again, yeah, so it gives you a lot of extra height. So now let me switch back to first person mode, and you can see it from there. So this wall is not necessarily clamberable. The one thing I forgot to add is when you get to the top of the jump, you want to pick your feet up, so you want to crouch. So it's like just about when you get to the height of the jump, that's when you're going to add the crouch. So I can't reach this jump, right? But if I do it with the scoreboard glitch, spring jump, I can, no problem. Straight up here, no issue. So again, I find it helps to look straight up at the wall that you're trying to get on. So it's jump, crouch, scoreboard, release crouch, release scoreboard, and then because I was holding jump that whole time, it just automatically springs me up there. Now the trick to this is, to clamber this specific wall, you absolutely have to crouch at the top of the jump. So it's jump, crouch, scoreboard, release scoreboard, crouch at the top. And because I was holding jump the entire time, the clamber just takes over. I think that's a setting, hold to clamber. And I didn't do the crouch that time. So jump, crouch, scoreboard, release scoreboard, and then again, crouch at the peak of the jump. You can almost think of it as like that crouch button press at the very end, like is your clamber, right? So I have to press crouch to make that clamber work. And I forgot again. So let me show you a more useful spot. I know I've showed it in another little clip I did before, but coming here, it's pretty useful. So it's jump, crouch, scoreboard, release crouch, jump, and I forgot to press crouch again. It's a little bit difficult for me to like say all the buttons as I'm doing it. If I don't say it, then I'll do it. No problem. Of course, this happens. I find that there is a spot on this wall where it's almost like this little bump out gets you. So if you press it a little, if you take like one step back, it works a lot better. See? Yeah, it's like you just like kind of like scrape the wall as you do it. But if you're a little bit further back, it works fine. And then what I do also to help, because I'm starting the jump a little bit away from it, as I'm doing that crouch at the end, I'm also pressing forward on the stick, so it's going to help me float a little bit closer to the wall. Let's do it one more time. There we go. Another thing I just wanted to point out real quick while I'm on the map. I see a lot of people try and clamber this and they just like can't do it. It's the same thing with that crouch. You want to crouch at the top of the jump. And as long as you use that crouch button, as long as you're holding the jump and you use that crouch button kind of as your clamber button, I mean, you can be standing right next to it. Just pop right up here. And this is very useful. But like I said, I just wanted to do a quick little video, show you, how well that works. You can get pretty fast at it too. So, you can be sprinting and just pop right up there. I guess there is also the start button you can do it with. I never do it with that because when you press the scoreboard, you can still run around. You can still move your character. I should add also that when I press the scoreboard, I'm reaching with my right thumb across. So now I can't move my aim, but that doesn't really matter. It's usually the movement stick that I still need to use. And once the spring is set, you can keep moving and it'll keep working, right? So if I jump from here, I can walk all the way up here, it's pretty slow, and still spring jump up. So the spring is set when you jump in the air and crouch and land crouched and press scoreboard. But you can move kind of into position, go like that. So, good luck. What's up guys? Just wanted to follow up that traffic jam spring jump tutorial. There's a nice one in Eagle Square when you're attacking the enemy base. I use this all the time. To surprise people. Do a spring jump right from there. You can do it from anywhere along that window line, and then you have access to the top of the base. I mean, you get to decide where you come down. You can trick people, and they get fooled on the radar because they see you on radar as being on a different level, and instinctively they look down. They think you're inside their base, so you'll bait people, and they'll start looking down, and really you just ran across the top, and now you have access to the top of their base. You can also jump over to their sneaky if you needed to. Used in combination with this thrust jump off the lift, which a lot of people still have questions on. It's very useful. So, you're attacking the enemy base, you're down low, you're well covered coming across here. You're going to back into this lift, and you're just going to thrust forward as soon as your feet are about to clear the floor so that you don't get tripped up. And it throws you right up to the top of the balcony. Usually you have to clamber that, but if you get this really good and you get really good at these spring jumps, you can, just one hop over here and just go straight up. So now you have access to the top of the base, like I said. You could jump over to the sneaky. I'll take the bomb up here sometimes when I'm trying to arm it, because I know there's a lot of people at their base. They'll never, most of the time they won't see you do that because you clambered across the top. They might have seen you through the window, but they have no idea where you just went. They think you probably just dropped back down or whatever. And I'll just wait here until it looks like the situation's ready to arm. So hopefully that's useful for you. I'll show you a couple more clips from gameplay and some of the other jumps that I found, guillotine and deadlock, and there's probably more out there, and hopefully I'll add more to it once I find more. So good luck. Any questions, let me know.
We got the ball. Are they letting you kill him? Enemies got the ball.
We found their carrier.
We got the ball.
Watch the enemy fire.
That's a double.
Weapon pads ready.
You're on a roll. double.